Well, ladies and gentlemen, we just got another freaking show tonight on Monday Night Raw. This is just terrible. Once again, they get out. I don't know why in the world they had to get off at 10:30 again. WWE tonight. I mean, 30 minutes, 2 hour. 2 hours and 2 hours and 30 minutes. Doesn't make no sense. My topic tonight is called chaos, crazy, crazy, chaotic, and cluster in Cleveland. Will Elimination Chamber be any good leading up to WrestleMania this year? On the road, on the road to WrestleMania. So much I have to say. Let's get to it. Then now, together for it opens the WWE video leads us into the show. Pre-show arrivals. Sami Zayn was walking to the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. CM Punk is also walking around with a cup of coffee. They'll battle in an Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Liv Morgan arrives with Dirty Dum Dum, Raquel Rodriguez, and Carlito. Her opponent Io Sky is in attendance. Finally, we see Charlotte Flair, the winner of the 2025 Women's Rumble matches, shown arriving. We see video highlights from the 2025 Royal Rumble in the Arena Concourse. Hold on a second. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Arena Concourse main event. Jey Uso is in the Arena Concourse, surrounded by fans. Uso looks into the camera and asks the production crew to play his music. He is clearly fired up. Royal Rumble winner Jey Uso addresses the crowd. The winner of the 2025 Royal Rumble main event. Jey Uso makes his way to the ring through the crowd. Uso gets an incredible reaction and has the entire crowd yeeting. There are some awesome shots of the crowd. The entire arena appears to be moving their arms. Uso stands in the center of the ring, grabs a microphone, and chants one more time, so he obliges. Uso's music starts up and he leads the crowd in more yeeting. Uso stands in the center of the ring with the microphone again. The crowd loudly chants, "You deserve it! You deserve it!" Uso looks emotional and listens to the crowd. Uso finally removes his sunglasses and looks at the people, and Uso chant fires up. Uso goes to speak, but the crowd starts to applaud him again loudly. Everyone gets getting to their feet and gives him a standing ovation before shouting, "Yeet!" Uso says, "Thank you guys for that." Uso says he doesn't know what to say, so the crowd chants, "Yeet." Uso says, besides that, Uso wants to talk and rap. He came into the game almost 15 years ago. He tried to make a good living with his twin brothers while carrying their family legacy. They did it. It was the bloodline. It was bloodline cool. It did it and it was cool. No, but I said to myself that Jey Uso could be the third Samoan American to become WWE champion behind the late Yokozuna and the People's Champ, the great one, the Rock, Dwayne Johnson. I feel like he won't do it. Yeah, it was cool. He said he says then you get to the pandemic arena with his cousins and the bloodline. Those are good chapters in his career. He was scared and confident in his ability to be a singles competitor. Uso admits he didn't have it, but out here coming tonight, he's got it now. Another "You Deserve" chant picks up. He says he worked really hard to get to this spot in this position. Uso got here because of the people. He thanks everyone from his heart and family who had been with him every week. Uso has tears coming out of his eyes because of them. He's the 2025 Royal Rumble winner. Now he's going to WrestleMania in the main event. It's just him, and it's just him, Uso. World Heavyweight Champion Gunther heads to the ring. The ring general does not look pleased. He grabs the microphone and paces in the ring, staring in the winner of the Royal Rumble. Gunther says he wants to offer his congratulations, but for what? In reality, he's disappointed. This possible match doesn't appeal to him. Uso can't even lace his boots. He is the World Heavyweight Champion. Gunther learned box office and how how to make people think he's barely holding the championship. But the reality is he's always in control. This time he refuses to do this with Uso again. Uso doesn't know what to mean to hold this championship. Gunther is in process of building a legacy for himself. Beating Uso at WrestleMania doesn't add anything to his legacy. Uso needs to understand his expectations. Beating John Cena, Roman Reigns, or CM Punk would have added to his legacy. The situation is clear. Uso has everything to gain, and Gunther has everything to lose. If Uso chooses him, he forces Gunther in a position where he needs to find something like this again, something to gain in this. If Uso chooses him, every week will be hell, with WrestleMania being the most horrible display of violence this business has ever seen. Gunther will pull him down like a diseased dog. The good thing is Uso has options, so Gunther advises him to consider him down. Gunther drops the microphone and goes to leave, but Uso stops him. Uso asks if he's tired. Uso is tired of everyone telling him what he can do and can't be. He's just a tag team guy, not supposed to be in the main event or win the Royal Rumble. Uso is going to Friday Night SmackDown and will talk to Cody Rhodes. Whoever he chooses, he's walking into WrestleMania as the 2025 Royal Rumble winner, but he guarantees he will walk out as the main event, Jey Uso with the championship. Uso gets the crowd going before leaving the ring. Gunther sneers at him. We'll have an update on Roman Reigns later tonight. Seth freaking Rollins officially attacked him at the Royal Rumble. John Cena, did you see a video? John Cena announced at the Royal Rumble post show that he will be in the Elimination Chamber. After 23 years, he feels that opportunity is earned. Cena will win at Elimination Chamber and go to WrestleMania with his record-breaking 17th World Championship. Oh boy. Cena's doing it not for himself, but to shake hands with the person who breaks that record. Cena is officially in the men's Elimination Chamber match. We will begin the process of determining who will join him in that match. Penta will be in action against Ludwig Kaiser next. Then we go to commercial. Video: Penta eliminated Ludwig Kaiser in 6 sentences this past Saturday at the Royal Rumble. Ludwig Kaiser versus Penta. Referee is Eddie Orango. They lock up and Kaiser begins and powers to the corner. Kaiser pretends to give a clean break before punching him down. Kaiser stomps away at him before sending him to the ropes. Kaiser lowers his head and eats a kick. Penta catches him with a head scissor takeover before knocking him down in the corner. Penta goes for a handstand, snapping to a drop kick, but Kaiser gets up and kicks him into the head. Kaiser rips at Penta's face and says he'll embarrass Penta in front of the world. Penta pops up and sends him over the top rope like he did on Saturday. Kaiser angrily gets to the apron, so Penta strikes him. Penta goes for a springboard attack, but Kaiser punches him out of midair. Kaiser connects with a rolling Death Valley driver on the apron. Then we go to a commercial break. Back from the break, Penta ducks a pair of clothesline punches, but Kaiser quickly takes him down. Kaiser hits a running forearm to the back of the neck and continues to punch away at him. Kaiser connects with a short arm clothesline for a 2 count. Kaiser kicks Penta in the chest, so Penta tells him to give him one more. Kaiser obliges, but this is just fires Penta up. Kaiser mocks the Ciro Mito taunt. Penta begs for one more and clotheslines him. Penta chops away at him before Kaiser sends him to the corner. Penta hits a backstabber for a 2 count. Penta catches Kaiser with a snap kick to the back of the head, standing in the corner, but Penta hands a spring step nap drop kick for a near fall. Kaiser angrily sits up and they get into a strike from their knees. They get to their feet and exchange stiff chops. Kaiser knees him to the elbows him down. Kaiser sets up for a power bomb. Penta gives him a quick body drop over the top rope. Penta immediately falls up to the top, calling Hego. Kaiser is soon back in the ring. Penta hits a top rope driving cross body block for a 2 count. They start changing chops before Kaiser clubs him. Penta responds with 2 super kicks before sending him to the ropes. Kaiser counters a leapfrog rolling for a senton 1-2. Penta kicks out. Kaiser is furious. Kaiser sets up for his swinging DDT, but Penta counters out. Kaiser elbows Penta in the head, but Penta takes him down and hits a sacrifice. Penta falls up with a Penta driver for the win. Winner by pinfall, Penta. A second. Jackie gets in the ring with Penta and says he remains undefeated on Monday Night Raw. Penta goes to speak, but he is interrupted by Pete Dunne. As Dunne heads to the ring, Kaiser attacks Penta from behind. Kaiser hits his swinging DDT before leaving the ring. Kaiser walks by Dunne and sneers at him. Penta soon gets to his knees and looks at Dunne. Dunne doesn't get in the ring. Foles, last Monday night on Raw, J.D. McDonough suffered a broken ribs and a punctured lung after a brutal outside moonsault gone wrong. McDonough overshot a bit and slammed into the announce table with a terrifying thud. The Judgment Day Clubhouse. Finn Balor burst in and says he was gone for 2 weeks following a brutal street fight, only to come back with everything falling apart. Balor gaming gets in Dirty Dum-Dum's face, Mysterio's Dum-Dum's face, and accuses him of stealing his tag team champion rematch and getting JD McDonough injured. Liv Morgan interrupts She says things may have looked bad, but she'll qualify her Elimination Chamber tonight and get things back on track. In the arena, the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble Queen Charlotte Flair heads to the ring. We'll hear from her next. Commercial break. 2025 Women's Royal Rumble winner Charlotte Flair appears. Charlotte Flair greets the crowd. The response is lukewarm. Flair says a year and a half ago she had been bothered by the boos. She missed the people. It's been a year and 2 months. She missed the people booing and people who loved her. Last year sucked up. Until last year she thought she was unbreakable. Last year, her mentally and physically, the crowd is not being kind. Flair says there were times she thought her knee would never get better. The crowd continues to boo. Flair says that whatever they're booing or wooing doesn't change the fact that she's the greatest WWE superstar in history of this industry. Flair continues to boo her now. Flair tells the crowd to boo her now. Wow. This is her passion. She wants to be the very best in the ring. When she was able to walk that aisle and punch her ticket to WrestleMania, she knew who she was. Then, this is my brutality. Raw Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley heads to the ring. Charlotte Flair faced Rhea Ripley for the NXT Championship at WrestleMania 36. Flair was victorious. At WrestleMania 39, Ripley defeated Flair in a classic match to win the SmackDown Women's Championship. Flair smiles at Ripley and gets in the ring. Ripley circles around her. A mommy chant picks up. Flair says she was trying to have a moment with Cleavland. Ripley says this is her show, not SmackDown. She's not supposed to be on SmackDown. She's supposed to be on SmackDown. Not wrong. Now there's a possibility that they will go to war again. When you go to war with someone, that's when you respect them the most. Ripley does respect Flair. Ripley asked Flair to pick her. Last time they faced each other at WrestleMania, Ripley beat her. Flair admits that happened. She reminds Ripley that she beat her the first time they faced at WrestleMania. Ripley says that she was just a kid back then. Flair says, but she has nothing but time. She'll go to NXT to see if Julia inspires her. Then she'll go to SmackDown Friday to see if Tiffany Stratton inspires her. Flair wants to feel inspired. Ripley jumped on the gun and was impatient. Ripley shows Flair that she was just a kid, and Flair says she'll see her next week. Ripley says Flair does not respect the way she respects her. Ripley begs her to pick her so she can beat the respect into her. Ripley walks out and Flair stares at her. I knew it. I knew Flair was going to be somehow. I know Flair is just Charlotte's somehow a little butthurt, a little pissed off because she can't get over WrestleMania 39. Then we see a little backstage interview. Jackie Redmond is backstage with Sami Zayn. She says Zayn had a rough Royal Rumble with his friend Jey Uso when his friend Jey Uso eliminated him. Now he's facing CM Punk in an Elimination Chamber qualifying match. They have never thought before. Zayn says he thought Saturday was his moment, but it didn't happen. Now he'll find another way. Zayn walks over to Jey Uso. Uso says he wasn't aiming for Zayn and apologizes for eliminating him, but Zayn hugs him. Zayn is fired up that Uso won the Royal Rumble when no one thought he could. Uso tells Zayn to punch his ticket into WrestleMania in the Elimination Chamber. Uso walks off and Karrion Kross walks up to Zayn. Kross asks Zayn when will Zayn will Kross asks when Zayn will have enough of everyone watching everyone and surpass him. Zayn says he is not interested in what Kross is selling. Kross says he could be a problem if Zayn wants. In the arena, the New Day make their way to the ring. They'll battle Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee next. In commercial break. Then we go to a backstage segment. Raw Women's Champion Rhea Ripley is walking backstage when she sees Io Sky. Sky says, maybe I'll see you at WrestleMania 41. Ripley says, maybe. Sky walks off and she is blindsided by Rhea Liv Morgan. Morgan kicks away at her before Ripley scares her off. Raquel Rodriguez then pounces Ripley over a crate. Morgan and Rodriguez laugh before walking off. Next week, Raw, Rey Mysterio battled Logan Paul in an Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Tag team match: New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods versus the LWO, Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. Referee is Rod Zapata. Xavier Woods will start the WWE Speed Champion Dragon Lee. They lock up and Lee applies a side headlock. Kofi Kingston blindsides in. Kofi Kingston blind tags in and sweeps the feet. Woods drops an elbow and Kingston hits a slingshot stomp. Kingston whips him in the corner and charges, but Lee avoids him. Lee shoulders and knees Kingston back before coming off on top of the rope with a driving crossbody block. Lee hits a running Hurricanrana. Lee knocks Kingston down in the corner and hits a slingshot corner drop kick for a 2 count. Rey Mysterio tags in. Mysterio and Lee take Kingston down with some strikes for a 2 count. Kingston quickly overpowers Mysterio into the corner. New Day double teams Mysterio with some strikes before pressing him in the corner and putting a foot on his neck. Woods whips Mysterio hard in the corner, but Mysterio leaps over him and hits a Hurricanrana. Mysterio punches away at him and tags Lee in. Lee connects with a super kick for a 2 count. Kingston has Lee in the corner and puts him on the top rope and knocks Kingston in the tree of the woo. Hits a warning drop kick. All of a sudden, Logan Paul's music hits. The Maverick hits the ring. Kingston uses a distraction to pull Lee off the top rope by his mask. Mysterio is standing on the steps, looking at his opponent for next week. Heading to the ring, Woods pushes Mysterio off the steps and knocks him into the barricade. We come back from the break to see the New Day dominating Lee. Logan Paul is seated at ringside. Paul is threatening a young fan at ringside. Kingston comes off the top rope for a diving club to Lee's head and gets a 2 count. Kingston mounts Lee and punches away at him. The referee gets in Kingston's face. Kingston puts Lee on the apron and knees in the face. Lee is dangling on the middle rope, and Woods tags in and leaps onto Lee. Woods taunts the crowd. Lee gets to his feet and chops Woods, sending him chops Woods, but Woods sends him into the ropes for a clothesline, but Lee counters into a sit-down powerbomb. Mysterio and Kingston tag in. Mysterio hits a pair of clotheslines. Kingston reverses a whip, but Mysterio counters with a head scissor takeover. Mysterio sends Kingston to the center of the corner and charges, but Kingston catches him with a pendulum kick. Kingston comes off the top rope, but Mysterio moves. Mysterio hits a Hurricanrana into the ropes. Mysterio hits the ropes for a 619, but Woods pulls Kingston out of the ring. Mysterio quickly goes to the ring apron and hits Woods with a flying seated senton. Logan Paul gets in Mysterio's face, so Mysterio shoves him down. Kingston grabs Mysterio, but Mysterio sends him to the ring post. Mysterio avoids a drop kick from Woods and slams his leg into the ring post. Lee crushes Woods with a Hurricanrana off the apron to the floor. Mysterio gets in the ring, but Paul pulls him out, slamming him to his chest at ringside. Paul then puts Mysterio in the ring. The referee didn't see this because he was checking on Kingston. Kingston quickly hits Mysterio with the trouble in paradise for the win. Winners by pinfall, the New Day. Logan Paul is pleased with himself. He walks off. Logan, this is all your fault, motherfucker. This past Saturday at Royal Rumble, Seth freaking Rollins vicious attacked Roman Reigns and CM Punk. All three of them were eliminated at the same time. Rollins hit Reigns with a vicious stomp on the floor before hitting one on the steel steps. Michael Cole announces that Roman Reigns will be out for a foreseeable future. That's unbelievable. That's a damn shame. Then we see a backstage interview. Kathy Kelly's backstage with CM Punk. Punk says the silver lining of him not winning the Royal Rumble is that Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins didn't either. Punk apologizes to Sami Zayn fans because he will beat him. The pressure is on, but he rises to the occasion. Then some production issues with the big screen flashing a bit. Backstage segment. Io Sky gingerly is walking backstage. She was attacked by Liv Morgan. Pure Fusion Collective is in the background watching her. PFC took out Kairi Sane months ago. Then we go to commercial break. WrestleMania week festivities are being announced. This was the 30th Monday Night Raw in Cleveland's history. The first one was March 2nd, 1998. There have been 9 premium live events, including 2024 SummerSlam. After the Cure Desire was taken out, IShow Speed replaced him in the Royal Rumble this past Saturday. IShow Speed eliminated Otis before being crushed by a spear bot from Braun Breaker. Yeah, the Braun Breaker took away his chance at main event WrestleMania. Jerk. The video of Braun Breaker's spear on IShow Speed has been viewed over 300 million times. Next week on Raw, Women's Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyrie battled Bayley in an Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Bayley is also ringside. Women's Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyrie is also at ringside. Io Sky is in the ring holding her shoulder in pain after Liv Morgan attacked her a little while ago. Then we'll see Elimination Chamber qualifying match, Io Sky versus Liv Morgan. And with Raquel Rodriguez, referee is Daniela Amphibio. Both women lasted well over an hour in the Women's Royal Rumble this year. Ding ding, the bell rings and Morgan quickly retreats from Sky. Sky follows her to the ringside and bounces her off the barricade a few times. Sky gets her in the ring, blocks a kick before punching away at her. Sky connects with a flapjack followed by a basement drop kick. Sky picks up one and double count, and Sky sends her into the corner and charges, but Morgan double stomps her for a 2 count. Morgan clubs away at the back and sends her to the corner for a running back elbow. Morgan follows up with a running knee to the face before diving in the living room basement drop kick for a 2 count. See. Or dive. Back going to commercial break. Go to commercial break. Back from the break, we see Sky. We see Morgan and Sky. We see Morgan. Sky kick down. Morgan hits the free amigos, and shimmies a la Eddie Guerrero. Wow. Sky ducks a kick and forearms Morgan down. Sky gets up and picks a pair of clotheslines and fouled by a drop kick. Morgan sends her to a corner, and Sky slips through the rope. Sky snaps Morgan off the top rope and hits a missile drop kick. Sky takes her down and hits a double stomp into the midsection for a near fall. Sky sizes Morgan up and charges for a bullet train. Morgan moves and Morgan connects with a backstabber, but Sky fights back with a crossface. Morgan twists through Sky, but Sky kicks her in the chest to take her down. Morgan heads to the top rope, but Raquel Rodriguez distracts her. Morgan knocks Sky to the apron and goes for a sunset flip powerbomb to the floor, but Sky holds the ropes. Sky kicks away and goes for an inside moonsault, but Morgan pulls her down. Sky hits Morgan with a German suplex on the floor. Sky goes to the apron and connects with an inside moonsault. Sky gets Morgan in the ring and heads to the rope. Sky jumps, but Morgan catches her with a code breaker out of midair. 1-2, Sky kicks out. Morgan has a busted lip. The crowd chants, "This is awesome." Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second, everybody. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Hold on 1 second. Let me try and fix something right quick. Hold on a second. 1 second. Okay, I'm back, everybody. Trying to fix up what I was doing the computer. Yeah, the chains are chained. This is awesome. This is awesome. Morgan gets out of a German suplex with an elbow to the face. Morgan goes for the top rope, but Sky cuts her off. Hits superhero Karana. Sky immediately follows up with a bullet train before going to the top rope. Rodriguez distracts her, but Sky scares her away. Sky goes for over the moonsault, but Morgan gets the boost up. Morgan goes for an attack, but Sky takes her down. Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley runs down and attacks. Raw Women's Champion Rhea Ripley runs down and attacks Raquel Rodriguez. Morgan and Rodriguez attack Rhea Ripley backstage when she tries to save Sky. Ripley stomps at stomps away at Rodriguez. Morgan grabs at Ripley's hair, so Ripley punches her in the face. Referee sees it too and calls for the bell. Winner by disqualification, Liv Morgan. Ripley is disgusted by just what happened. Sky yells at her and walks off. Next Monday on Raw, next Monday night, Women's Intercontinental Live Factory Battle, Bayley in Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Logan Paul will take on Rey Mysterio in Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Kathy Kelly is backstage with tag team champions, the War Raiders. What's next for them? Ivar says JD McDonough has this new level of respect for them. Eric says no one knows the returning injury from injuries like Chad Gable and American May walk up and say they are not championship material. His boys, Creed brothers, will wrestle the circles around them. Ivar tells them to be prepared to go to war for their tag titles, and they walk off. Gable says he has to go away for a bit to learn the dark arts of Lucha Libre. When he returns, he wants to see American May with the tag team championship. WWE Evolve is premiering on March 5th on Tubi. Burn it down. Seth Rollins makes his way to the ring in a black trench coat and a cowboy hat. It looks like they dropped a freaking from his name. Then we go to commercial break. Video AJ Styles will return to the Royal Rumble. Raw General Manager's office, we see a segment. Kathy Kelly says Raw General Manager Anna Pierce has a massive announcement. Pierce says the transfer window has closed, so we had to work and make one more move. Now Raw has the phenomenal AJ Styles. Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker walks in. Breaker warns Pierce to keep Styles away from him. Breaker wants to know what's next for him. Breaker wants because that doesn't seem to matter to Pierce. Pierce says he respects Breaker in the title. Breaker wants to talk business. Seth Rollins addresses what happened at the Royal Rumble. Seth is fired up and greets Cleveland. He has a lot to talk about. Some things he'll love and some things they'll hate. First, Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble and punched his ticket to WrestleMania. Rollins is happy for Jey Uso and is proud of him. Rollins likes to see good things happen to good people. Rollins loves it when people get what they deserve. That brings him to CM Punk. Rollins says CM Punk lost the Royal Rumble. His future for WrestleMania is still up in the air. Rollins loves to see a scumbag piece of trash and embarrassment get embarrassed by the Royal Rumble by getting eliminated by an idiot like Logan Paul. As for Roman Reigns, the OTC lost the Royal Rumble. Reigns may not make it to the WrestleMania at all. The updates have been vague, but Rollins will admit the truth. Roman Reigns is hurt. Rollins knows because he was the one that hurt him for the past 4 years. Reigns has done nothing but to hurt those who close him. Reigns would have done the same thing if they would have given him a chance. Reigns and Paul Heyman love to talk about their limited schedule. So Rollins did them a favor. See, Rollins has saved West for last. Rollins lost the Battle Royal. It hurts, but it's in the past. There is a future that lies ahead. There are many different paths to WrestleMania. Rollins' path goes to Elimination Chamber in a few weeks. he'll battle Finn Balor in a qualifying match. That there's a man who needs to take care of business tonight. Sami Zayn. Wait, Sami Zayn. Rollins has some things he wants to tell him about. Sami Zayn hits the ring. Rollins says it is his guy. They had some tough few moments. The past is a past, and the future is not in front of him. Zayn's immediate future is CM Punk. Rollins says the world knows he hates CM Punk. The world doesn't know how much Zayn hates Punk. Zayn puts on a good face when the time is right, but not tonight. It's the night for Punk for a good face. Tonight is the night for a fight of Zayn's life. 2 weeks Punk said Zayn wasn't on his level. This is delusional narcissist. Said Zayn wasn't on his level. Rollins says Zayn is a WrestleMania main event. Punk isn't on his level. He's levels above, but Rollins says he needs Zayn. It's best to keep Punk out of the Elimination Chamber. People like CM Punk doesn't care about this place. People on the company deserve to be in the ring with Zayn. Tonight is the night for Zayn to put Punk's WrestleMania dreams in the dirt. Rollins cannot to see what Zayn in the Elimination Chamber. Rollins walks off and Zayn paces in the ring. Shouts out to Zayn. He starts to go the other way. CM Punk's music hits and Rollins turns to see a Saint hanging to the ring. Rollins removes his jacket and charges up to the ramp. WWE referees run to keep them apart. They go after each other, but they're held back. Punk battles Zayn next. And go to commercial break. Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Sami Zayn versus CM Punk. Referee is Chad Patton. Bell rings. The bell rings and they lock up. This is the first time battle. Zayn whips Punk off. But Punk shoulder tackles him and for a 1 count. Punk signals him that he's Sami above Zayn. They lock up and Zayn hits a side headlock. Punk whips him off, but Zayn shoulder tackles him for a 1 count. Zayn hits a headlock takeover. Punk grapevines the head. So Zayn kips out of it. Zayn hits a headlock takeover. Zayn tries to transfusion the intercontinental device, but Zayn gets to his feet on the bottom rope. Zayn shoves and slaps Punk. They lock up, and Zayn slaps him again for digging his forearm into the face. Punk turns him around and chops him. Zayn fires back with some chops and a forearm to the face. Punk twists the arm with an encounter to a whip and snaps it off his shoulder. Punk drives the shoulder into Zayn's before chopping into the chest. Punk chops him in the corner and twists the injured arm and top rope. Zayn fights back with a punch and some chops. Punk quick kicks him in the midsection to keep him away. Zayn hits a springboard leapfrog over Punk, clotheslines him down. Zayn chops Punk before bouncing him off the turnbuckle. Zayn wildly punches away at Punk's head before Punk drops him down. Punk fights back with some strikes and a swinging neckbreaker, but Punk hits the top rope, but Zayn cuts him off. Zayn climbs to the top rope and connects with his massive suplex. And we go to commercial break. Punk continues to work on the injured arm. Let's see. Then we see something else. We see something else. What else? Trying to see. Hold on a second. See, trying to see where I was. See. Well, I'm trying to see where I was. Yeah, okay. The fan crayons chant. This is awesome. But Punk fights back with an arm breaker. Yeah, I think this is Let me yeah. Rollins shouts. Wait, hold on. I have to see. Hold on a second. Okay, let me start. I'm just gonna start this over again. Okay, I just said. Okay, Seth Rollins addresses. Because I can't remember what I was saying. Seth Rollins addresses what happened at the Royal Rumble. Seth Rollins is fired up and greets Cleveland. He has a lot to talk about. Some things they'll love. Some things they'll hate. First, Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble and punched his ticket to WrestleMania. Rollins is happy for Jey Uso and is proud of him. Rollins likes to see good things to good people. Rollins loves it when people get what they deserve. That brings him to CM Punk. Rollins says CM Punk lost the Royal Rumble. His future for WrestleMania is still up in the air. Rollins loves to see a scumbag piece of trash and an embarrassment get embarrassed by the Royal Rumble by getting eliminated like an idiot, like Logan Paul. As for Roman Reigns and the OTC who lost the Royal Rumble, Reigns may not make it up to WrestleMania at all. The updates have been vague, but Rollins won't admit the truth. Roman Reigns is hurt. Rollins knows because he was the one who hurt him the past 4 years. Reigns has done nothing but hurt those close to him. Reigns, who would have done the same thing if given the chance. Reigns and Hall Heyman love to talk about their limited schedule, so Rollins did them a favor. Rollins is saved the best for last. Rollins lost the Rumble. It hurts, but it's in his past. There's a future that lies ahead. There are many different paths to WrestleMania. Rollins' path to Elimination Chamber. In a few weeks, he'll battle Finn Balor in a qualifying match. There's a man who needs to take care of business tonight. Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn. Rollins has some things he wants to tell him about. And Zayn heads to the ring. Rollins is his guy. They have had a few months. The past is the past, and the future is now in front of him. Zayn's immediate future is CM Punk. Rollins says the world knows he hates CM Punk, but the world doesn't know how much Zayn hates CM Punk. Zayn puts a good face when the time is right, but tonight is not the night for a good face. Tonight is the night for Zayn's life, fight for Zayn's life. 2 weeks ago, Punk said Zayn wasn't on his level. This delusional narcissist, Zayn wasn't on his level. Rollins said Zayn is a WrestleMania main eventer. Zayn isn't on his level. Levels above, Rollins says he needs Zayn's best to keep Punk out of the Elimination Chamber. People like CM Punk doesn't care about this place. The people or the company doesn't deserve to be in the ring with Zayn. Tonight is the night for Zayn to put Punk's WrestleMania dreams in the dirt. Rollins cannot wait to see Zayn in the Elimination Chamber. Rollins walks off and Zayn paces in the ring. Rollins shouts out to Zayn as he goes to the aisleway. Goes to the aisleway. CM Punk's music hits. And Rollins turns to see Second City Saint heading to the ring. Rollins removes his jacket and charges up to the ring. WWE referees run down to keep them apart. They go after each other, but they're held back. Punk battles Zayn next. Then go to commercial break. Elimination Chamber qualifying match: Sami Zayn versus CM Punk. Referees Chad Panning. Ding ding, the bell rings and they lock up. This is the first time battle. Zayn whoops Punk off, but shoulder tackles him for a 1 count. Punk signals that he's above Zayn. They lock up, and Zayn holds a side headlock, and Punk whips him off, but Zayn shoulder tackles him for a 2 count. Zayn hits a headlock takeover. Punk grapevines the head, so Zayn keeps out of it. Punk hits a side headlock takeover and tries to transition the Icon device, but Zayn gets to his feet on the bottom rope. Zayn shoves and slaps the forearm. Zayn shoves and slaps the Punk. They lock up, and Zayn slaps him again before digging his forearm into his face. Punk turns around and chops him. Zayn fires back with some chops to the forearm to the face. Punk twists the arm to counter, whip, and snaps it off his shoulder. Punk drives the shoulder into Zayn's before chopping the chest. Punk chops him in the corner and twists the injured arm around the rope. Zayn fights back with a punch and some chops. Quickly punches and kicks him in the midsection to keep him away. Zayn hits the springboard leapfrog over Punk and clotheslines him down. Zayn chops Punk before bouncing him off the turnbuckle. Zayn wildly punches way up Punk's head before Punk drops him down. Punk fights back with some strikes and a sweeping net breaker. Punk heads to the top rope, but Zayn cuts him off. Zayn climbs to the top rope and connects with a massive superplex. Commercial break. Back from the break, Punk continues to work over the injured arm. Zayn fights back with a tornado DDT. Zayn tries to warn Punk over a pin, but his arm is injured too. Zayn pulls him up and goes for a Blue Thunder power bomb, but Punk elbows out. Punk goes to go to sleep, but Zayn avoids it. Punk gets out of a Blue Thunder bomb and attacks him in the corner. Zayn flickers a bit. Punk hits a knee in the corner and goes for a shoulder bulldog. Zayn counters with a Blue Thunder bomb, goes for a near fall. The crowd chants, "This is awesome." Punk fights back with an armbreaker. Punk charges and hits a ring post. When Zayn moves, Zayn sizes up Punk with it for a hell of a kick, but Punk counters with a roll up for a 2 count. Punk takes him down and applies an Anaconda Vice. Zayn is trapped in the center of the ring. Zayn fights through the pain and gets a foot on the bottom rope to break the hold. Punk looks at WrestleMania 41 sign and hits Zayn with a second high knee. Punk shoves him back into the corner and hits a third high knee. Punk grabs Zayn's face and points to the WrestleMania sign. Punk says that's all for him. Zayn isn't on Punk's level. Punk heads to this opposite corner and avoids a hell of a kick. Punk signals for a GTS. Punk lifts Zayn, but Zayn counters into a inside cradle. 1-2, Punk barely kicks out. That was too close, a little too close. Punk forearm Zayn in the face before pointing out to the WrestleMania sign. Zayn fights back with some forearms. They rock each other with stereo forearms. Zayn charges, but Punk listens for a GTS. Zayn gets out of it. It's an exploder into the turnbuckle. Zayn's fired up as Punk pulls himself to get to his feet. In the corner, Zayn punches Zayn for a hell of a kick, but Punk counters with a GTS 1, 2, 3. Punk is going to Elimination Chamber. Winner by pinfall, CM Punk. CM Punk joins John Cena in Elimination Chamber. This feud is brutal right now with a lot of scrambling. Punk points to the WrestleMania sign. Punk looks at Zayn down on his knees in the center of the ring, holding his arm in pain. Punk looks at Zayn is on his level and extends his hand. Zayn shakes it. Zayn is disappointed as Punk walks off. Suddenly, Kevin Owens attacks Zayn from behind, knocking him into Punk. Owens attacks Zayn and crushes him with a package pile driver. Real stupid. Now let me give you my thoughts on tonight's Monday Night Raw. Oh, what's the matter? What's the matter, Kevin Owens? Pissed off because Zayn got a victory against you because Zayn failed to help you win the undisputed WWE Championship last Saturday. And all I can say that I think the WWE is now going to be setting up a feud now with Io versus Ripley at WrestleMania 41. And I bet you Zayn he's trying. I think Liv Morgan is stirring the pot between the two just because she can't go over the fact that that Rhea Ripley beat her at Saturday Night's Main Event. About a couple about last year for the Raw Women's title. And I feel like somehow they're gonna have Jey Uso challenge Gunther, and or somehow he'll fail, and Logan Paul is a pain in the ass, and I just it's just crazy. Show was terrible. I mean, all I can say is this: Triple H is a bad booker, a terrible booker. Terrible booker. It's not doing a good job. The road to WrestleMania 41 looks weak. As much as I'm not a the road to WrestleMania fan looks very weak. As much as I'm not a Tiffy Time fan, if Charlotte wins and beats her, it'll be 2016 all over again, and I'll be done with WWE. It's just terrible, man. Just terrible show. I feel like somehow they're gonna make Rhea Ripley back as a Io Sky back as a heel, and somehow WrestleMania, and when she fails to beat Rhea Ripley. And a lot of people like to blame Liv Morgan. Just because she can't go over that was a victory. But I still like her. So that's my review, and now I know what it's time for. It's time for my pro wrestling history and birthdays for yesterday and today. Let's see here. February the 2nd. Okay. Teddy Hart yesterday turned 44, I believe. 44. Brian Cage turned 45. 45. 45. I'm sorry. Brian Cage turned 41 yesterday. Eladon turned 31 yesterday. And on hold on a second. And okay, 2015 Monday Night Raw was qualifying matches for Royal for Elimination Chamber. Yeah, Daniel Bryan defeated Seth Rollins. The dream lives. Daniel Bryan has beaten Seth Rollins, and the beard is headed to WWE Fastlane 2015. The result, despite the best efforts from Seth Rollins, JJ Security and Big Show ensured that Mr. Rollins, Mr. whatever it is, I don't know. Okay, now let's go to today's. It's 11:59 right now. Let's go to January, November, February the 3rd now. Okay, today is a happy birthday to Billy Gamer. He's 50, housing 24, 34, 24. 26. Okay, now it's 12 a.m. right now. Okay, Japanese Angela Fong. I think she's Japanese Canadian Chinese. I think she's Chinese Canadian. Angela Fong. She turned 39 yesterday. Marty Jannetty turned 65. 64. Yeah, terrible show last night, man. Let's see. Okay, on WWF All American Wrestling. think it was this is hosted by Mean Gene Okerlund, including a backstage included Blackjack Mulligan against the Piper's Pit, where Roddy Piper and Bob Orton Jr. showed up late for a segment with Mulligan saying that he has intelligent conversations on Blackjack's barbecue show, that Piper takes over the conversation, that segment on the show that doesn't let anyone talk. Piper and Orton eventually walked off instead of refusing off to chew on some of the Mulligan's tobacco. The segment was videotaped on the January 26, 1985 edition of Championship Wrestling broadcast. The originally taped segment was shown on All American Wrestling December 17, 1984, Pacific, New York. Okay. But, okay, let's see what else. Let's see. See what else. See what else. See, 1990. That was 2015. I mentioned about yesterday about Raw. Now it's 1985 All American Wrestling I mentioned. Now 1995 yesterday December February the 3rd. Okay, 3 movies released in theaters nationwide. A movie called Boys in the Side, starring Whoopi Goldberg, Mary Louise Parker, Drew McIntyre, Matthew McConaughey. In the Mouth of Madness, one of my favorite scariest movies, starring Sam Neill of Jurassic Park, Julie Carmen, Jurgen Park now, late David Warner, John Good Warner, an Academy Award winner, the late Academy Award winner. What's his name? Academy Award. Charlton Heston was in that movie. The Jerky Boys was released in theaters, real cult classic. And the Secret of Rowan Niche, starring John Lynch. And on 2005 on SmackDown, after Royal Rumble, okay, Kurt Angle, dun 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 dun. Kurt Angle defeated Nunzio in Kurt Angle Invitational match. When Kurt Angle, this was in San Jose, California, HP Pavilion. Nunzio is not a California native. California is a New York native. Rey Mysterio defeated Mark Jindrak. The Big Show defeated the Bastion Brothers in a 2-on-1 handicap match. Rene Dupree versus the Undercut and a no double countout in a WWE Heavyweight Title No. 1 Contendership tournament first round match. And Taker got screwed. Booker T defeated Eddie Guerrero in a WWE Heavyweight Title No. 1 Contendership tournament first round match. And now 2015 on main event. Okay, the Bad News Barrett defeated Sin Cara. Brie Bella with Nikki Bella defeated Summer Rae. The Ascension with Conor Victor defeated Jason Jackson and Danger Dean. Cesaro and Tyson Kidd with Natalya defeated New Day, Big E, and Kofi Kingston with Xavier Woods. And that's it. And glad all of you enjoyed my review. It's midnight right now, 12:06 in the morning. The Godfather Soldiers was swimming. And it's midnight and it's morning. So hit like, make comment video my video. Hope all of you have a good morning. And as a late Cherry Henshaw say, I like to dress up like Chubby Checker, sing like Lionel Richie, dance like James Brown, like to get in the hot tub, and sweat gonna dry, gonna be wet. Referring to Eddie Murphy doing an impression of Saturday Night Live back in the 80s. I never grew up in the 80s. I grew up in the 90s, born in 88. I saw old school Saturday Night Live on Comedy Central, vintage. So hope all of you have a good morning. It's midnight. I'm out of here. Peace.